tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started in the government and technology field.
Absolutely. So long story, I'll try to make it somewhat short. I've been with the state of Florida as the CISO for 2.5 years. Before that, I was in private industry, sometimes partnering with both local government and federal government. And I also served in the Navy Reserve. So really, if you had to say when your first experience was, it would be with that on kind of the defense side. And then all during that time, I also served on City Council for the City of Boca Raton. So I've kind of been able to get a perspective of kind of the policy, but not technology side, even though I try to bring that to the city. Very deep on the cybersecurity, but the execution side on the federal. But this is really my first role in state government. And I feel like I've learned a lot already.
Great, thank you. What advice would you give someone interested in the tech and or government sector?
Yeah, so I think it's a great field. Always be learning on it. Technology is an area where the fundamentals are always going to, I think, help you out. So like engineering, design, the ability to solve problems, I think, is really helps technology. And there's people coming to technology from all kinds of backgrounds, but kind of that problem-solving mentality is key. And then I almost wish I could give the advice to people who aren't considering. A lot of people don't consider government. They consider big tech and stuff that makes the news. A lot of folks don't think about, man, I want to go work for my local city or for my state. You may think some of the federal stuff and federal agencies, but a lot of times that's where the rubber meets the road. So when you think about like how do I make sure my family has clean drinking water, or that waste and the damage that goes with not getting rid of that is taken care of, all that stuff is done at the local government level. So my advice would be, for those not considering it, consider it, or consider a tour of duty at least. I think you gain more by going back and I certainly know way more now on what the needs and the requirements and the problems are in kind of local and state government than I would have if I had just been in the private industry. So give it a chance, and if you're not considering it, you should consider it. That'd be my advice.
Great. What specific areas of technology or aspects of government work are you most passionate about, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. So my title is CISO, so cybersecurity, I think, is the default answer. Specifically in that, I think some of the reworking, and it sounds like super boring, but what we'd call rulemaking and the rulemaking process, basically how do we get our state agency partners moving in the right direction to carry out the legislation that is passed by our House and Senate, signed by our Governor DeSantis? How do we execute on that while maintaining and advancing our cybersecurity posture is what I would say. And then I would say to do that, so many folks, and I'm guilty of this, say, okay, my job is to protect IT, but if you don't understand the needs of, I'll say the business, and the business in our case is the state or state agencies, if you don't understand what is critical, what you have to do, then it's hard to protect the right things.